How about a single best chart on oil? And let's fold this into the diplomatic studies of Robert Hormats, Ambassador Hormats with us today, with Michael Darda. Why don't we do this? Michael Darda, with this chart in a range-bound Brent crude, we've broken through the great downtrend from $100 a barrel. With or oil, how do you fold that into MKM analysis?
Well, Tom, one point I would make is if you put industrial metals prices up against this chart, what you'll see is that crude oil is severely, severely lagging. So if we think of industrial metals moving with global aggregate demand, if oil's not following, that tells me from an aggregate supply demand perspective that you have a supply side issue with crude oil. So yes, we're off the lows, but that's not affecting the other industrial commodities in the same way. So that's prevented a much more significant rise in crude oil with the global economy.
And then Bob Hormats, within the mix of OPEC, Russia, America, and Iran, we've got all the new diplomacy with Iran. What is our best outcome of our present politics with Iran when we look at the Middle East and Persia?
Well, I think our best outcome is to retain the nuclear agreement, the JCPOA. It's in our interest. If we dismiss the agreement, if we try to destroy the agreement, we're going to separate ourselves from our allies who want to support it. And we're going to be in a much worse military position because the Iranians, if we destroy the agreement, the Iranians will feel they have the chance now to resume some kind of nuclear program. That's not good for us. That's why the Defense Department's against it. That's why business is against it. That's why all our allies are against it. So for the president not to make a decision and throw it to the Congress, risking that the Congress does something like reimpose sanctions, either primary or secondary, very disruptive to our relations with Iran and very disruptive to the region. There are a lot of potential conflict there. So I think the best thing is keep it where it is. If you can make minor changes, if you can make them, try, but don't get rid of it. No one wants it, and the president doesn't have a plan B. What's he going to do if that happens? What's he going to do with if we divide from our allies? We eliminate sanctions. We retain sanctions. The other countries are free to trade with Iran without us.